this win and how you guys were able to compete really on all phases of this one. How do you just describe this win and this team?
Team win, great compete. Jack didn't have his best stuff again, but I just love the way that he managed it. And he got as many outs as he could tonight and put us in a position to win a game. Obviously that 2-1 to Tatis up in the zone. We would love to have that one back, but that's baseball. The pen was fantastic and did what we asked. We got the hits, timely hits that we needed, and the defense was solid all around. So just a real fun ball game to be a part of.
Are you seeing something different in Shohei now that sort of a week or two away from the postseason, so these games are really matter?
Yeah. He's raised his level of play. The epitome of it is that Morahone at bat gets behind 0-2, takes a couple breaking balls and hits a ball hard up the middle of the drive in a run. You see the emotion that you never see, and you've seen that over the last week. So he's sniffing the postseason and understanding how important these games are.
You mentioned that what does that do to your dugout?
It fires us up. Your best player is playing with emotion. Everyone follows.
You had said a couple of weeks ago you were curious to see what it would look like in terms of him trying to maybe do too much in those spots versus picking the right spot. Like, how have you sort of seen him sort of handle maybe more scrutiny?
He's handling it exactly the way I would have hoped. This is a playoff environment. You can see they're trying to crowd him and then spin him away, and he's just being patient, waiting for his pitch. And he's doing something with it when he gets his chance. So and as far as emotions, he's really channeling them, and the energy's the right energy. It's not pressing, it's urgency, it's everything that you want in a playoff environment.
Tonight in the sixth inning, tie game, he comes up with a chance to put your team ahead. He comes through a lot, but your level of comfort in that situation, knowing how hard it is to deliver.
Level of confidence very high. So it's trying one of those things. You just try to get him up to bat and get guys on base so they can't pitch around him. But as far as where he's at right now, mentally, physically, it's right where we need to be.
Like you talked about pregame, like with the Atlanta series and the Arizona series, like does this feel like another one of those where you guys kind of had your backs against the wall in some way and just kind of came out and played a clean game all the way around?
Yeah, I mean, but the fact is, we still have the best record in baseball. So it might not feel like that. But like I said, I couldn't guarantee, or you don't know the result of the game, but I can tell the intent tonight, what we were going to get, and that's what we did. And we came away with a big win.
Is your faith in Luck's rewarded?
Yeah, I think so. I think I've just seen a lot of consistent work. I think his head is consistent. He's not spiking like he has in past years, and so. Yeah, he made me look good tonight, and I trust him. I trust all of our guys, and Tommy has been scuffling, came up with a big hit, a big walk, and Gavin really came up big for us tonight.
Rojas said he's probably going to need an injection. And what is sort of your concern level as we're this close to the postseason?
Concerning. He's sort of dealt with this all year, and you can see we've tried to manage his playing time, his workload, getting an injection, so hopefully he's able to play on Sunday. That's kind of the hope, so we'll see.
Tomorrow with a chance to finally wrap up the division. For a player, is it typical not to think about that? Do you not want to think about that?
You want to think about it. You want to think about it. There's a lot at stake. Our guys have been going hard since the 1st of April and since Korea. So we have a chance to check a box off and win the division, and it's right in front of us tomorrow. So we'll be ready. Musgrove's back. He's pitched well against us. We got Walker going on regular rest, and he's excited to take the baseball. So we'll be ready to go.
What has Blake trying to done the last couple of weeks to kind of get to this level when he's been pitching at the last month?
Man, tonight was a clinic. He's using his entire his toolbox, as far as pitches and different locations, and he's very unpredictable. And so, when you take that stuff with unpredictability, it's tough to square up, and he's executing, and it's another big inning for us.
Just considering he's essentially missed 2 years, like how surprising is it that he's back to this level by this season?
he's just mentally tough. The stuff is not what it was as far as the 97, 98s, but the thing is that, Bardo and other pitching guys have really convinced him that the radar gun doesn't dictate how dominant he can be. And so he's bought into that. And, you look at the surface line, the underlying, all that stuff, the hitters, which tell you most, he's as dominant as he's, ever been with us.
How important were some of the defensive plays early in the game? And is that
Muncy, start the game off. Muncy goes to his left, gets a rise out. That could have started something. That's a team kind of like us where we build off momentum, and that was a really big play right there. I think that started it. The Will Smith throwing out Bogarts was huge. I think it was Bogarts. That was a big play just to save Alex some pitches too.
Is Mookie pressing, or what do you think's going on?
I think the thing is what it is he's chasing. And so I don't think it's pressing. I think that he's got to get back in the hitting zone. I think, just from the side, I haven't dug in on numbers, but the chase rate is certainly up. He's expanding, and so that's something that he typically doesn't do. So we just got to get him back in his hitting zone. And I don't think he's taken many walks in the last, week to 10 days either, which is telling.
Did you get a smile out of Freddie after a double in the
Yeah. Freddie, he caught a barrel and he was happy about that. So it was good to see him smile.
Todd, you mentioned you're the best team in baseball. Were you surprised by the panic? You see, after last
Outside the clubhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's kind of the way it is. Inside the clubhouse, we've dealt with a lot, and we do a great job of focus on that night's ball game. But we still had a pretty good season.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Ohtani milestones and stuff, but tonight he matched Ichiro for most steals in the season. Like, is that
surprising? No, it's not surprising.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. It's surprising, given Ichiro's foot speed and what he was as a dynamic base stealer. But shoot, man, Shohei, he's taking down a lot of records.
You're third on that list, right?
Hey, thanks, Eric. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate that. And for a guy that wasn't close as talented as those guys, it's good to be in that conversation.
Dave, talking to Blake just a minute ago, he was saying how he felt a lot of the emotions came from them taking last night personal and just how the game ended. I know you mentioned earlier just not leaving that raw guy, but that fire and that type of mindset, how important is that, especially as you guys look across the division, but also for a deep run in October?
We need it. I expect our guys to be emotionally exhausted, spent every game now, from now going forward. And if they're not leaving enough out there. And so it takes a lot of focus and determination and intensity for 3 hours of a baseball game, and then have to do it again the next night. And if they're not spent, then we haven't put enough into each game because, like Blake said, it's personal. It has to be personal. And for us to win a championship, we have to have that mindset, going forward.